What's good, Eagles fans? I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II, and y'all are tuned into another episode of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Today is Saturday, and we are 1 day away from Judgment Day. Y'all, this is a big game for the Philadelphia Eagles, but an even bigger game for Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson, the entire Eagles coaching staff, because everybody looking suspect. We have to come in and we have to establish certain things in order to win this game. Like I mentioned in my last video, first things first, the running game, that has to be established. But I think this is an understated and underrated point that I'm about to make, but I think this is going to be a huge game, or it needs to be a huge game for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Deshaun Jackson. And I'm going to tell you why. So far, in the past 2 weeks, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has had essentially one target. And that one target was an interception by Carson Wentz. So right now, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside isn't really being put in situations where he can really succeed or excel in or even be productive. In week 1, he had 0 targets. 0. A lot of people like to get on him about various things, but my thing is, if the ball not coming your way, what can you do? Now, what does that speak to? Does that mean Carson Wentz doesn't trust him? I don't know. Are they not drawing up enough plays for Arcega-Whiteside to get in position? I don't know. But all I know is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has had 0 targets in week 1, and he's had less than 2 targets in week 2. One of the damn targets was an interception. So he hasn't been put in a position to really be productive, in a position to really succeed. D-Jack, week 1, wasn't really a factor. Week 2, they started running him on these comeback routes in the second half. You know, they're not really utilizing him to the best of his ability, in my opinion. It seems like they have him on a limited snap count, and I'm not really sure why, unless he's hurt, or they're trying to monitor him and make sure he's here for the long haul later on in the season when games really start to matter. I don't really know what their game plan is when it comes to Deshaun Jackson. All I know is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and D-Jack have to have big games. They have to. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside must show up this game. They have to get him involved. Otherwise, that second-round pick that y'all used on him, or was it a third-round pick? I'm not even entirely sure. But nonetheless, the pick y'all used on him is going to be considered a waste. I hate when we get wide receivers on this squad and they just end up not blossoming with us and then they go somewhere else. Nelson Aguilar, granted, he's shifty and shaky as hell, but he scored a touchdown last week with the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? It's annoying seeing wide receivers that we had do well other places. That's one of the most annoying things to me. I really can't stand it. But the Eagles wide receivers had to have a big day. Carson Wentz has to put his guys in better positions. Doug Peterson and those play call aficionados or coordinators or assistants, because we don't have an offensive coordinator, which is something that bothers me. But nonetheless, those guys that's calling the plays, the pass game, coordinators, or however you want to put it, those guys need to find a way to get Arcega-Whiteside in better positions. They need to get him on the route tree that best utilizes his abilities. He's a big guy, a big body. He's a possession receiver. Put him in situations where he has to get that first down, because Alshon Jeffrey's not playing this week. He'll probably be back next week because they say he was practicing, so that's a great thing. And Jalen Reagor is going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks because of surgery on a torn ligament in his thumb. So we're already short-handed at the wide receiver spot once again, but this needs to be a big game for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Deshaun Jackson. And you know what? I'm even going to throw in John Hightower into this conversation, because John Hightower, in my opinion, also hasn't been given a fair shot. First game, he had one bad snap or one bad drop, and all of a sudden, he's not getting any snaps all of a sudden. I don't like that. I just don't. They need to get him on at least 20 to 30 snaps, at least. They need to get the young guy involved. They need to get him some confidence. Same thing with Arcega-Whiteside. They need to throw the ball at those guys unapologetically. Get those guys in a rhythm. Make those guys confident. Let them know that you believe in those guys. The wide receiver position is strictly a confidence position. If you don't have the confidence, you can't succeed at that position. And the Eagles haven't done the best at instilling confidence in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, nor have they done the best at instilling confidence in John Hightower. D-Jack, he is who he is. He don't need nobody to put confidence in him. The dude been confident since his rookie days in 2009. So, the Eagles have a few things that need to go their way. The defense just needs to show up. It's just that simple. But offense needs to have a great game. The running game, it needs to start with the running game, and it needs to end with Carson Wentz.
It's just that simple. Do what they need to do to get Carson Wentz in a position to succeed, and Carson needs to do what he needs to do to get those wide receivers in a position to succeed as well. I'm still a believer in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, just because he has never had a fair shake. He's never really had the targets to really show that he's capable, in my opinion. Last year in that 4-game stretch, he showed up and caught the balls that he needed to catch. But it's a new year, it's a new day, and we have new blood in the wide receiver room. And I would hate to lose J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and see him blossom somewhere else. Same thing with John Hightower. We need to get those guys involved, and I believe Quez Watkins is going to, be, good to go in the next couple weeks as well. So I got a feeling the Eagles are going to get healthy at the right time, but it starts with week 3 against the Cincinnati Bengals, and Carson Wentz and those guys need to show up. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, take charge, demand the ball. John Hightower, get confident, young blood, demand that ball. DJ, burn these guys, man. Y'all got this. Y'all can win this game, and I believe, truly, I do. But that's all I really have for you guys in this video. I got some more content coming for you guys tomorrow. We're gonna do a little pre-game warm-up show. We just gotta step up and be the Eagles that we know that we can be. It's really that simple. Hamper down, lock in, and just step up. Support your guys. Don't put your guys in positions to fail. Carson Wentz, don't turn the ball over. Give your defense a fair shake. Defense, get off the field. Give the offense a fair shake. But wide receivers, catch the ball. It's just that simple, y'all. My name is Tony DeShields II. Y'all was tuned into another episode of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Fly Eagles fly.